Okay, that is a teaser. So guys, I did not expect, after making my Obi-Wan Kenobi update video earlier, which I'm not just saying this, but I do recommend still checking out because we get some various shots and tidbit details on characters from Entertainment Weekly. So I'll leave that linked in the cards above or in the end of the card of this video. But I am about to watch, for the first time, no, I haven't seen it, I'm about to watch the teaser trailer. I did not expect this. I had a bit of intuition like everyone else saying, okay, maybe it's going to release soon. But they really now. So this is my reaction and immediate breakdown afterwards. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to watch this. Here goes nothing. Obi-Man with his little Yopi there.
The fight is done.
Fight is done, okay.
We lost.
Lonely Obi. Ah, cool. Ah, little Luke.
Stay hidden.
Oh, no way. They're playing, no, Duel of the Fates? No way. They know how to capitalize.
To hunting Jedi.
Oh, wow.
Is patience. Jedi cannot help what they are.
Oh, wow.
Their compassion leaves a trail.
Oh, wow. Full-on Inquisitor action.
The Jedi code is like an itch.
Oh, man.
He cannot help it. Where is he?
Oh, wow. So is that the Grand Inquisitor? Adaptation of him? Oh, okay. Oh, the Revenge of the Sith music, man. Okay, that is a teaser. Vader's breath just gave me the biggest chills. Oh my god. Okay. Digest. Got to digest. How do I digest this? How am I a part of this? Okay, so I think I'm glad that they didn't show Hayden. They'll do that in the first trailer. Usually with these things, they have a teaser, then an official trailer 1, and maybe like the main trailer or official trailer 2 nearing the actual release. But considering it's coming out, yeah, from now till May, I think they will do the teaser trailer and then trailer 3 in total, maybe. But my god, Grand Inquisitor looks interesting because basically in the details I went over in my video earlier, I said like it's about her, you know, this new Inquisitor, Reva, her being very ambitious, but she's in a trio of her, Darth Vader, and the Grand Inquisitor. Now, I believe we just saw the Grand Inquisitor. It didn't look as Grand Inquisitor as maybe as what I thought it would be. I'm not trying to rain on the parade. I'm gonna have to look at it again. I will pause this recording so I can and get back to you with my other thoughts, but this is the whole point. This is my reaction. Oh, but man, the use of the score from both Duel of the Fates is like, and then we also had the I was like, oh my god, you know what you're doing to me, don't you? So honestly, guys, that again, watching it for a second time at the end where there's like just that takes me back. It takes me back so much. And, you know, at the beginning, what we see, and I guess this is my breakdown portion, we see Obi on his EOP. As we know, he doesn't really like flying. He will take the manual transport if he can. Heading into town, perhaps getting some resources here, whatever he seems to be like kind of chopping into, if you will. But he's a very hopeless Obi-Wan. As he says, the fight is done. As per the article we went over earlier, which is why I say check out that video, because Entertainment Weekly kind of teased a bit more into his mind state, how he really is just, you know, I wouldn't say he's like completely like, right, screw everything, but he's pretty defeated, and it's kind of needless to say as to why. But we do have Obi-Wan in the next shot looking over Uncle Owen's moisture farm. This is brilliant. I mean, it is very basic of what you'd expect, and I'm glad they included that in the teaser. It gives you like, hey, this is younger Alec Guinness post Revenge of the Sith, looking over Luke Skywalker, because as we know, that's his sole goal, and which is what led to such intrigue about this series with him going to other planets, because it's like, hey, okay, so what is going on here that leads to that? But I think this trailer does really tease as to what could be happening there. But as he says, stay hidden. And that's another thing, whether you've played Jedi Fallen Order or not, like that's, if you are a surviving Jedi, your one motto is stay hidden, stay hidden, stay hidden. But for Obi-Wan, it's like stay hidden, protect Luke. Stay hidden, protect Luke. This is when the trailer leans to the dark side, quite literally, because it leans into the Inquisitor side of things, and we get the Grand Inquisitor saying this kind of little monologue here about Jedi, and I love that. I really love that, and I love how they're keeping Vader in the shadows, so to speak. We haven't seen him in the shadows, not in a literal sense, but they're saving him, and I think it will be this sparingly used in the show. Kind of like Rogue One, when you felt him at the end, that was powerful. And I feel like we will have that hands-on action with Vader, I'm sure of it. But in the series, this kind of describes a larger thing to me, and where he really will be. When you see him, you see him. They're not going to overuse him. You know where I'm going with that. So this Inquisitor, when he's saying the key to hunting Jedi is patience, and this is where we get the ship approaching this fortress here. The thing about the Grand Inquisitor design, I don't have a problem with it. It's just not really what I expected, is what I will say. I mean, only from that of the animations, right? What they haven't really gone for here is more of like the kind of, and maybe this is the animation style, a bit more of a longer head, but everything else is extremely accurate to the makeup on the like actual head of his, to the actual symbols he has. I would love to know your thoughts on that. What do you think of the Grand Inquisitor design? We see these other Inquisitors here as they're somewhat being briefed, if you will, of what, like, what's going on, what we're doing. You could probably bet that there's going to be, if we don't see Vader in person, probably a hollow communication of Vader in this room, because these guys work for him, don't forget. They are all under him. And I know a lot of you know that, but just in case there happens to be somebody who doesn't. But then we have that moment where it looks like Trevor is talking to the citizens, and it's probably going to be one of those moments like, if you're harboring a Jedi, again, if you've played like Fallen Order at the beginning, where Cal Kestis was basically spotted, well, he kind of was, for using the Force, they picked it up, and the citizens were somewhat lined up, the workers who were working on the scrap shipyard. It's that kind of situation. They've got wind of Obi-Wan, maybe, and Uncle Owen, interestingly, is in the crowd. Now, we know from the Entertainment Weekly coverage that I did earlier that they even get face-to-face, so I was a bit apprehensive about that, but I'll save my thoughts on that for that video. But we know that Uncle Owen happens to be in town when the Inquisitors are like, hey, if you know about this man called Kenobi, he may look like this, he may, you know, you better come to us, otherwise we'll slice you up. And also, they do use a show of strength, because in this moment, we see like the feet of this guy suspended in the air. Now, you could say he's being tied up, but no, I think maybe one of the Inquisitors, after maybe one of the citizens is just like, hey, yeah, get out of here. He's like, that's a way to shut every other citizen up and show fear. And it's just like, look, you tell us. Otherwise, you will just get choked like this guy, or worse. Here we have a shot of Reva, or Reva, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but R-E-V-A. After this, on the planet, I believe is Dayu, because we learned this earlier from Entertainment Weekly, which sort of has a Hong Kong feel to it, says the writer, and it's got a graffiti-ridden nightlife. Now, I believe she is indeed following Obi-Wan's trail, because more or less at the end of the trailer, we have the Grand Inquisitor saying, where is he? I would love to see how this works out. I'm not going to judge too early at all, because I haven't seen the frickin' show, but the fact that they caught wind of Obi-Wan, and maybe that's why he goes away from Tatooine, to get rid of, obviously, the heat on how that could, you know, bring a target onto Luke Skywalker, since nobody knows about Padme's kids. Everything was assumed to be dead in childbirth, right? So Vader's not aware until the original trilogy. So I'm wondering, like, long story short, how does he get back to Tatooine to be, you know, Alec Guinness age? And, you know, they're still not looking for Obi-Wan. I'm dying to know how they get to that point, because it does seem, again, just to bring it up, that the Grand Inquisitor, through saying, where is he? It's like, well, they are following Obi-Wan from place to place to place to place. And we even get some more moments in this trailer where it seems as though Reva does come across Kenobi himself. So how does he get back to Tatooine, more or less safe and sound, kind of resuming his old wizard kind of attire that we see him at the beginning of this trailer with? Would love your theories down in the comments below. But again, the lines from the Grand Inquisitor, like, the Jedi Code is like an itch, they cannot help it. And this is where, like, you know, we get a bit more ramp up, a bit of action, how ambitious this new Inquisitor is in her pursuit of Obi-Wan. We get a little teaser of a Jedi Order logo scratched into the wall there. I believe that's an Inquisitor glove just being like, yeah, filthy. Jedi Order logo, something like that, I guess. But then I believe the man with the pistol in his alleyway is indeed Obi-Wan himself, actually coming face to face with Reva for the first time, because we have the same guy with the pistol, same haircut as Obi-Wan, firing in the distance that I believe could be an Inquisitor ship. I think that's because he's really, even though if I've identified him at that point, he doesn't want to use his lightsaber unless he absolutely has to. Sure, you could say if he's already exposed, he could just do that to unblock it, but it just makes you that much more of an obvious target. I do feel like the lightsaber will be pulled out, similar to that of what I was going on about earlier with Vader. They're going to make it feel powerful when he uses it, and then for obvious reasons, like you're not going to get your lightsaber out on the planet Daiyu, for example, when he's hopping from planet to planet to lead them away from any kind of heat on Luke Skywalker that he doesn't want them to know about. And you're not going to just ignite your lightsaber on that planet, are you? You're going to use a blaster rifle or pistol. And then other than that, it just, zooms into Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan's face. So that was a really decent teaser, I feel. I mean, it lived up to its name. It's a teaser. So I would love to know your thoughts on this, everyone. Let me know your reaction. You've very clearly seen mine. Let me know if I missed anything out in that little breakdown as well. Kind of everything is firing in my brain right now in terms of like, oh my god, I just saw canonical live action, actual recording of Ewan McGregor as the character again. I know that how that comes across. I can't help the fanboys. I'm a big fan of Ewan as a character, so seeing this continue, for whether it's good or bad, I understand some people's apprehensions because the Book of Boba Fett subverted some expectations, or while it was entertaining, it didn't necessarily do it for every fan. I understand that, so maybe some are kind of putting that onto Obi-Wan potentially, and I get that apprehension, but again, just go in expecting nothing too crazy, nothing too bad, and see what it delivers. That's always how I go into it with, and just judge it as a result of how it performs. But for now, I can't deny the excitement I have for it. But again, let me know. To anyone wondering about my Superman and Lois review, I'm pushing that to tomorrow because I had to get this out first. Sorry about that. But yeah, God, just litter the comment section down below. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Do consider subscribing for future coverage on the Star Wars universe. Obviously, updates, breakdowns, and reviews with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus and future Star Wars shows. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and may the Force be with you always.